Let's go to 7-Eleven.
I'm still a virgin.
And they come out very easily.
It's a very weird sensation.
And it smells so good, too.
CamNet, the Camcorder Network.
And it is unbelievable.
So that includes the sexual harassment program being sponsored by the California Women's Center for Law. It includes the Old Boys Network, and it includes mayoral candidate Dr. Vicki Huffnagel speaking about women's issues and how sexual discrimination pertains to the campaign, something to that effect. It's a great listing.
Comprehensive.
Yeah, I should go take a picture of it.
I wanted to get the Old Boys.
Yes, all right.
What are the Old Boys?
What the Old Boys This guy, these four hammerheads, these four right here. We're celebrating their birthday. I make a motion, we take a girl into the group. No, we're funeralizing them. Funeralizing right here. A woman in the group, pardon me. Would you like to be an old girl? You are. Those four are the old boys right there. If you have 12 more like you, bring them all in. Be joined right now.
So you just have a birthday party?
No, every year.
Oh, every year you do?
From all over the country they come. Just one event.
Oh, so are you like a fraternity group?
These are the old ones. Okay, Ron, we're talking male chauvinist fish here.
Okay, let's find out who's asking these questions first.
I turned around. Can I say something? Can you hear me back there? I turned around to the doctor and I said, "Whose wife is this?" And he replied, "Stick your hand up her skirt and see who gets mad."
Who said that?
Wait a minute.
Is it harassment or harassment suit filed?
Do you belong to somebody here?
Packwood is having trouble.
Bob Packwood is not, by the way, Packwood is not a member of our group. Anymore. He used to be. Now listen, where are you from?
I am from CamNet. It's a national choir. It's a documentary.
Really?
Yeah.
We're perfect. I mean, this group, you could study us.
Oh, yeah, you want this on public television.
I mean, you've got everything from former
That's
ambassadors
exactly what you're
to
looking for.
everything.
It'd be a real business
So how did
coup.
this all start?
Well, we can tell you
These four guys
why
did
don't
start
you,
this
why don't,
organization.
14 years ago we started this. Why don't you sit down and join us? What are you doing with that thing? You're not doing filming, are you?
See the red light, hammerhead? You're going to be on
Bill Clinton's going to love this.
Everybody's quiet except her here. That's how she came
Is
here.
that what the deal
Really
is?
a spy.
Where are you from?
I'm from this area.
Oh, are you really?
It's CamNet. It's UA cable. I was
okay.
covering. Actually, I was covering about the sexual harassment thing.
Oh my God, was that?
You certainly have found the right.
Well, now you found 14 harassers. I mean,
No, you guys aren't harassers.
no, we're gentlemen.
No, we
Sometimes.
Uh-oh, it got very quiet.
We're about to do this now. Already solved now listen, how do we, if you were to tape this, could we get that film to play next year for our group when we meet on the 15th?
This is an annual meeting. We wish you Merry Christmas.
Or can I give you a card?
Yeah, give me a card.
Let me give you a card. Would you
All right.
call me?
Let me give you my card.
Absolutely.
Who was that masked man that told you you had to leave?
Maybe somebody from the hotel. I don't know.
Why should you have to leave? You're our guest. Hold on, I'll give you a card. There you go. And what is your name?
I'm Barbara.
Barbara, would you like to join us, Barbara?
I really have to go pick up my little girl
Oh, okay.
from school.
Well, that's...
But I thought it was ironic to see the old
It is ironic. Yeah, well, and there's our sign back there. Get a shot of that.
Okay. All right.
Because, you know, he had an idea about having a video cam for the whole session, do some outtakes. Okay. Can we talk about that?
We should do that.
Okay.
Just, you know,
Please call me.
do it yourself. Just get somebody with a video camera. Bye-bye. All right. You got my number. All right. Bye.
CamNet, the Camcorder Network.
Gotcha. Go right here, then what I'll do is I'll come by and I'll mug all you still guys. And then I'll mug the video guys. And if I have enough energy left, I'll stand here and just keep going.
You'll just mug.
And then I get sick and then I throw up, and then there's the exciting part.
Jim, what are some of the other things you put in your mouth besides cigarettes?
Now, is this an X-rated question or what? I know if I was a female, I could make a lot of money, but I also have the world record for the most cigars in my mouth, 41 cigars.
41?
41 cigars, which was captured on real people, did it on real people. And I also had the world record for the most pipes, 40 pipes at one time.
Wow.
And I didn't use homegrown tobacco, I used the cherry flavored stuff. And other than that, smoke breaks with a new plastic cigarette on the market. I did this about 6-7 years ago. I put the new plastic cigarette, put about 75 of those in my mouth.
Is there anything you wouldn't put in your mouth?
Yes, there's a lot of things I would not put in my mouth. That too. For instance, want to get in detail? I'll write it down.
And sitting there one day.
Well, sitting there with a bunch of drunk friends, thank God for Budweiser, I wanted to set the world record, and the world record was 110 at the time. So I got about 95, 96 in my mouth, and I kept jamming, a couple more beers, then all of a sudden my jaw cracked. I thought I cracked my jaw. I dislocated my jaw, and I got 130 in my mouth like that. Very painful, my eyes watered.
So is that the trick? I mean, you have to actually dislocate.
That's the trick.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. My name is Stephen Kirk, and on behalf of the Hollywood Guinness World of Records Museum, I'd like to welcome you all here to Hollywood. And we're going to be breaking a record today. I'm glad to see we've got such a good turnout. Today we're going to bring in Mr. Jim Mouth. Now, he's going to be breaking the record for the most cigarettes smoked at one time. Now, he currently holds the record for 153 cigarettes, all at the same time. He set the record last year on the date of the Great American Smokeout. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, it's a date that's set aside by the American Cancer Society on the third Thursday of every November to try and encourage people to give up smoking, if not just for one day, but hopefully for good. Now, Mr. Mouth, a non-smoker, by the way, is going to be breaking the record. He's going to try and show us the absurd side of smoking and show us what an ugly and hazardous habit smoking can be. And ugly, you say? Well, when you see this guy cram 154 lit cigarettes in his mouth, you'll know what I mean by ugly. No offense. Sorry. Anyway, now let me tell you a little bit about Jim. We'll bring him up here. Jim is renowned for holding more than 16 world records in the World Book of Records. He's been doing accomplishments for over 10 years, and many of his accomplishments are done on behalf of a lot of charitable organizations. And over the years, Jim has raised thousands of dollars for a lot of great causes. So now, without further ado, let me bring up Mr. Jim, appropriately enough, Mouth.
Thank you.
Jim, come on up here.
Thanks, Steve. Hello. All right, I'm going to stuff.
Jim Mouth is attempting to stuff and then smoke 155 cigarettes without filters.
I think so too.
Can you look over here, please? Can you over here, please? Take two. One, go. Open up in the car. That'll be a 5-minute smoke break.
Doesn't look like a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Gotta give me about 10 minutes. I'll restack them up.
Have a cigarette.
Have a cigarette lighter, wait. Hi. Kathy?
That's for sure.
Okay, folks, in order to recognize continuing amazing achievements here in the world, we would like to present Jim Mouth with a certificate from the Guinness Museum for the most cigarettes smoked at one time on the day of the Great American Smokeout. Mr. Jim Mouth, everybody.
All right, Jim.
Here, Jim. You know the certificate up.
Hey, Jim.
Woo! Jim, why don't you come on over here and grab the certificate here, and you can hold it up for everybody.
He's just trying to have a smoke.
If he stops one person from smoking, he's done it good.
Is it gonna be you?
Not this day, no.
CamNet, the Camcorder Network.
Bells will be ringing, sad, sad news. Oh, what a Christmas to have a blue.
So you're giving away clothes to the homeless?
Yeah. This is something that should go on not just on Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm from the old school where neighbors used to share. You know, if you had things you don't need, you just give it out, and I make sure it goes to those that do.
You have a lot here.
Not just for one person, that's for a couple of kids, a couple of Indian kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So,
I've seen you've been out here for a few days, or how long has this been for the clothes?
since Heads Across America, I've been doing this in '86.
Oh, but I didn't see the clothes before.
Well, sometimes the police take them away. But
Why do they take the clothes away?
they want the homeless to go someplace else, but they don't realize there's people in buildings that also need clothes and food, you know, paying high rents. That's why we're doing the blues right now. So what I want to do is show that there is a lot of positive. There are people that care. And for years, people have been giving me things to give out to the poor.
So how do you live?
I'm a doctor. I make house calls, yacht calls.
What kind of a doctor?
Holistic. This is just coming into power now, where the AMA wants to charge for vitamins now. They want to give you a prescription before you get vitamin C, when actually what I'm prescribing is food as medicine, and not the junk food, but you know, organic, you know, healthy food. And I believe that if people eat properly, they can live to their full potential.
Right.
So this is what's not happening right now.
So do you have like a hint for the holidays when people are overeating? How to be healthy?
Yeah, well, is there any cops around?
But it is going to be on tape.
Well, no, it's okay. I'm doing this in front of the police.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Good.
this is. Say, I just came from court. They wanted me to agree not to sell vitamins in Venice. Now, I'm doing more than selling vitamins. In fact, I give to the poor, and I've been selling them for $1 a bottle when they cost $10.15 in the store. Just so I can buy in bulk, so I can buy more to get it more out.
And what is it, spirulina?
Yeah, I call it spiritualina. And in the 60s, I saw that we had the ability, the technology to end hunger. No one needs to starve in the world. What's happening in Somalia right now is the extent of greed and corruption that the Reagan-Bush administration is the one that sold those bandits those guns. They give the guns to tyrants and the food can't get through. All right, well, the same thing is happening here. I just got out of jail for not having my license on me.
For selling spirulina?
No, for collecting food and clothing for the homeless, for giving blankets out in the park after dark.
They put you in jail?
Yeah.
For how long?
Well, they wanted to put me in for a year. They gave me a year of summary probation for not having my license on me, and then when I took them to court, they wanted me to agree not to sell vitamins in Venice, so they let me go. So I said no, I wanted a trial.
So you're going to trial?
Yeah, I did, but no one showed up.
Well, you should have told me.
Oh, I did. Well, I was trying to. This is what we do with music out here in science, you know. My protest is against the greed and corruption in people in positions of responsibility that are not representing us. All they're doing is representing vested interests, which are hotels and condominiums, mini malls.
So do you have hope with Clinton?
Yeah. You know, he's not. I was for Jerry Brown. I mean, I'll be honest. You know, but my faith is in the American people. It always has been, and like Christ said, forgive them for they know not what they do.
What is your name?
I'm Dr. John Michel, and I'm a spiritual as well as political activist. I've been trying to set an example for all churches and agencies, how they can help the homeless, how they can help the poor, and it's through proper diet. If people don't eat, they can't think and function. And if they have emotional problems through trauma, they'll drink to kill the pain, and it's down the drain. And this is what the Reagan-Bush administrations have advertised. They're pushing chemicals not only in the hospitals, but once people's back pockets cut out, then that's the only surgery they really do is good. And people in the streets have to get the crack cocaine that's supplied by Bush.
Right. So how do you think we're going to stop this? It's a constant, you know, the drugs come in, the people...
as you said, Clinton is now in office. A lot of people didn't have faith in the American system, where we don't have to blow up buildings or assassinate. We can fire them. If they're not doing the job, then they can be impeached. I personally want to see Bush and Quayle go to jail, no bail. Because these are the chemical companies, the vested interests, hire these stooges to represent them. And America is supposed to be based on progress. Now, the spirulina is something that I saw back in the 60s when they had starving babies in Ethiopia and Mexico. They would, show us these pictures of starving babies. And,
so with spirulina and water, you could
you
survive,
see,
or what?
When somebody's malnourished, they can't eat solid food to begin with. So what I worked out is a recipe where the past 6 years I've been working with hardcore alcoholics and crackheads out here. And these are people that have lost jobs, families, and everything else, emotional, so they do the drugs. So spirulina is so concentrated that a quarter teaspoonful will give you 9 hours sustained energy. All of your vitamins, proteins, amino acids that your body needs.
So you grind it up, you grind the tablet, or is this in...
It comes in tablet form, but I make smoothies. So you can take banana, strawberry, guava, kiwi, your favorite fruits or vegetables. Kind of like V8 juice, but you put this in, it's B12.
I see.
Okay? And it's 85% B12, which is brain food.
Learn yoga for physical health and mental well-being. Taught by renowned fitness instructor Misty Carey. 4 one-hour video workouts. Available at the amazing introductory price of only $59.95. A $200 value all 4 workout tapes for only $59.95. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Whether it's working to preserve Antarctica or blocking the slaughter of endangered species, Greenpeace is in the forefront of the fight to protect our planet. Greenpeace relies on voluntary contributions. You can help. Write to 1436 U Street, Northwest, Room 3, Washington, D.C., 20009. From nuclear testing to commercial whaling, Greenpeace fights to stop needless destruction of our environment. When the Dutch were dumping radioactive waste at sea, Greenpeace members were there, risking their lives to stop it. And Greenpeace is working here in America to reduce acid rain and to stop toxic dumping. But Greenpeace does more than focus attention on problems. It develops practical, workable solutions to preserve our planet for future generations. Take a moment to help in this critical work. Write Greenpeace, 1436 U Street, Northwest, Room 3, Washington, D.C., 20009. Greenpeace is making a difference. Please help.
What do you guys do exactly?
CamNet, the Camcorder Network.
We're coming to the birthplace, past the rose garden, and on to the birthplace. Hi. Beautiful garden. This is a cute little house, and I wouldn't mind having such a cute little house as this. A man who has spared nothing of himself to help build a great nation. What brings you here?
We're supporters of Nixon, have been all our lives.
Uh-huh.
You should have heard the conversation as we were coming out.
Tell me.
Well, I'm proud of one thing, that it's the first library ever built that has not been funded, federal funds, and it is maintained without federal funding. I like that.
Angry at Nixon, I told him I was disappointed because he thought that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. He said it was because I had a problem with my parents. That's Jerry.
Now, before you go too much further, I have to tell you that videos are not allowed.
Oh, too
You
bad.
may take video in the lobby
Okay.
and the gardens only.
Okay, can I hold it though?
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
thanks.
in the museum.
What about this
or the picture? No flash.
Okay.
Flash.
Oh, no flash, but it's okay for her to snap?
She can take,
I
you can
can't
take
without
flash
this.
in the lobby and the garden.
Okay.
Not in the building?
I don't have a flash. I have a But not on the...
You can take all the pictures you want as long as you don't use video or flash.
This is the ladies' room of the Nixon Museum in Birthplace. Well, here we are in the ladies' room of the Nixon Museum.
I was wondering to whom you were speaking.
Oh, my unseen audience.
Oh,
How many people have ever been in here? I don't know.
We were supposed to come for a big reception last Friday, and we were a day late coming down. And we're sort of glad because now we have time. We were here, we went to have lunch, we're back. But notice how this decor with the actual squares is the same as the wall outside and also the ceiling.
Oh, I didn't realize
The
that.
architecture is fantastic.
Oh, I'm glad you pointed that out to me.
So I'm looking for more of that throughout.
Uh-huh.
You've done a nice job.
They
Well,
have.
have a nice visit.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
And a lot of people have to get drunk and put a lampshade on their head, you know, and only wait till they're drunk to do it. Here I get to do it and get paid.
But don't you ever sort of long to be an investment banker or something?
Right.
My name is Turin Crossing Feet Claus. In Indian, we call it Dahasitahas, which is crossing feet. I'm of the Tuscarora Nation. I'm the people of the Haudenosaunee, people of the Longhouse, the Iroquois Confederacy. You know?
Can you spell your name, the correct spelling of your name?
I can't spell.
Okay, don't worry, we'll look after that later. Tell me where we are and what it means to you and your people.
Well, at this moment of time, we're at a place that's one of the 4 eternal non-negotiable elements of life, and it's the water world. And here you see the resting, what we call the sleeping serpent, that is resting here, that soon, in the near future, that this is going to crumble into a river again as it once was. Because we're heading for a cataclysmic change in the weather and times of prophecy throughout the world. Not just here in North America with the Tarahumaras, and South America, the Zulus up in Botswana, Swaziland, in the Central Africa, Kalahari, the people of the Aborigines of Australia and the Outback, the Uluru tribe. They too are all coming home to Turtle Island. The prophecies tell them of all indigenous people throughout the world, not just here in America. And I'm going to research and hope to meet with some Jewish rabbis and get into Kabbalicism, the teaching of the old Judean law, which is almost identical to our teachings. I met with a few Jewish people down in Florida with the Seminoles, and they were there with the Seminole people, with Susie Cochran, and we had a conference there, and I was simply amazed at the identical prophecies of the Jewish people and the people in the Everglades, the Seminoles, you know, or the people of New Zealand, the Maori people. They went in their language, they call them Rangai Papatea Nui in their language, which is, we all revert to Mother Earth and Father Sky, the heavens, that has given us so much in prophet. The Zulus, in the fourth world of the fifth cycle of today, we call it the time of the flower. In Africa and the southern other parts of the world, they call it the time of the butterfly. In the fourth world, it is the time of the feminine gender, the female, the man. The man had his chance in the last few hundred years, and look where we are today, the ozones, the water. To my left is not only Niagara Falls, but Lake Erie, known as Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario. These are the largest freshwater lakes in the world, and you can't drink the water, eat the fish, or even wash your body. Something is wrong with technology.
CamNet, the Camcorder Network.
Maris 1 and Maris 2. Well, this is Maris 1. And this is Maris 2.
Hi.
How did you guys get interested in whales to begin with? What happened?
Read an article back in the 70s about how whales were being slaughtered and what they were being turned into, and I got so mad it made me design a t-shirt to save the whales.
Really?
We got about, what, a dozen t-shirts printed.
We took $50 out of Maris's savings account.
We thought that would be the end of it. Instead, that was the beginning of Save the Whales.
Ah, and you went on to become a marine biologist? Very good.
We're a mother and daughter team, still trying to save the whales.
Or something. Let me know. If you need to stop at the restroom or a drinking fountain or something like that, just make sure. We have marine parks in the world. Some are called Marineland, others are SeaWorld. But the 4 SeaWorld parks that are owned by Anheuser-Busch have the logo Shamu, and that's what a lot of people associate it with. Shamu, the famous one.
How come they don't have the Budweiser logo?
Well, you'll find it in the park in different places, but I don't think Budweiser swims in the ocean too much, so.
I don't know, I've seen some of those six-pack rings floating around.
Yeah? We'll talk about six-pack rings later in the tour. That's one of my pet peeves. I hate six-pack rings. And Anheuser-Busch is actually one of the very first companies to make six-pack rings that break apart real easily and that photo-degrade. That kind of biodegrade. Well, they're not biodegrade because it's photodegrade. They degrade once the sun hits them. Oh, okay. Yeah, biodegrade is breaking down with the earth. Yeah, a little bit different. But so the important thing about that is they have to be in the sun. If they're floating out in the ocean, that's when they can break down. So the origin of SeaWorld I think is very interesting because it actually started off with a dream from 4 fraternity brothers from UCLA. And they didn't want to start a park like SeaWorld. What they wanted to do was start an underwater restaurant. Okay. Yeah, a little interesting.
A seafood restaurant?
A seafood restaurant, thank you. How many of you have seen an underwater restaurant before? No. Anybody? No? Yeah. Neither have I. And all the times I ask people, the technology just isn't there. So instead of starting this, they started collecting marine mammals. They had 22 acres run off the bay there. And in the first year, they brought in over 400,000 park guests. So it was...
Maris, tell me why you're not so crazy about this place.
One, the music. 2,
right.
If I had to listen to this all day, I'd be nuts.
Okay.
I haven't seen any animals yet. When we get to the petting tank, I'm sure we will all be able to see clearly why this is not a natural environment, not an educational environment, and not a good environment for the dolphins to be in. It's very hot outside. I'm hot. Are you hot?
Yeah.
And I don't think these dolphins have any cover, from what I've been told. Are in a very shallow pool.
I mean, but what's wrong with it, really? I mean, we've had zoos, we have animal parks, so people can learn about animals. I mean, the animals are happy here, they're cared for, right?
We don't know that they're happy. How can anybody say that something's happy without being that individual or that animal?
Well, don't they sing? I mean, don't dolphins and whales sing?
Out in the wild, but in these little tiny tanks, if they were to echolocate and make their own natural sounds as loud as they could, it would deafen them. So basically, they're in a sensory deprivation tank. They can't even make their own natural sounds.
Really? So they can't talk?
They can't talk. They can't swim.
Or they have to whisper?
Whisper?
Yeah.
They can't swim. Out in the wild, orcas can swim 50 miles or more a day. And now we're going to be seeing orcas in a little tiny fishbowl, basically. And the educational aspect, I really have a problem with what do we really teach people when we think that we are the animal on the planet that can take everything and use it to our own will, frivolity, and really injustice, making money off these beautiful animals, going out and taking them from their families and putting them in a place like this. What does that teach children? It teaches them that this is okay, and this isn't okay.
So have another beer. Right?
So go have a few buds and forget about the problems.
You doing okay? How are you? What's the fish?
Doesn't want to be touched. Look at their eyes. See their eyes, how strange they are.
What does that mean? What's going on right now?
See, that one doesn't even have its eyes open.
This one's completely shut.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Could be some kind of eye infection.
Could be from the chlorine.
Could be the brightness. Look at this water. I mean, they usually live out in the ocean, which is much darker, and they don't like to be in the sun a lot.
Well,
Their skin is very
chlorine
sensitive.
is a poison. I mean, could you imagine spending all your time in chlorine? And does the chlorine bother them at all?
No, not at all.
Doesn't?
It's only 1 part per million that we put into the water, and that's just to keep the bacteria down from all the human hands that go in and so forth. That's why
it smells kind of heavy.
Yeah, you can smell it, but it's very, very low concentration. Like I said, 1 per million, and that is enough to smell it. So, also a lot of the chlorine that you smell is what we use to clean the sidewalks anyway.
Yeah. So, you're a marine biologist. How would you judge the quality of the education that has been imparted here today in the tours?
It's very poor.
If you were going to grade it with a letter grade?
If I was going to grade it with a letter grade, obviously I'm biased, but I don't feel I learned anything that makes me more compassionate really toward these animals today.
So you're saying
why or what can I do to help the whales or any of these animals in my day-to-day life? I didn't learn any real things I can take home with me and implement in my life that would really help these animals. Seeing killer whales swallow ice, I find it very disheartening. These are, really intelligent, beautiful mammals that you see out in the wild, just vocalizing and socializing and babysitting each other's animals so the others can take a break, very playful. And to see them, coming up to a platform to receive buckets of ice in their mouth, it's almost demeaning. I find it's very demeaning to these animals and what they really represent out in the wild.
Mm. So what would you give them? You say, do they get high as a D or do they?
I give them an F because unfortunately I know from reading their inventory reports how many of their animals have actually died. And what we're seeing is the real pretty nice aspect of SeaWorld. Behind all of this, What really goes on is that many of these orcas are dead. Many of these orcas have died very prematurely and from such diseases as gangrenous pneumonia, septicemia, all kinds of diseases that I don't think are natural diseases, or these animals wouldn't be living 80 years out
So
in the
this
wild.
park has been around since when? 1977, is it?
No, it's been late 60s.
Late 60s?
Didn't it open up?
I don't know.
And how many whales have died?
Out
that
of,
you know of?
out of 33 whales that they've owned, 20 are dead.
So I guess the real question is, should we, or do we have the right to keep sentient beings as intelligent or more intelligent than us in captivity, in slavery, for our abusement, as you say? Do we have that right?
I don't think so. I mean, it's not something that you can justify in any way. I think years ago, maybe back in the late 60s, when everybody thought that killer whales would go around tipping boats over and eating people alive, we've moved way beyond that. If SeaWorld ever did any good, that was the good they disproved by showing that you can ride on them, walk on them, stand on them, throw ice down their throats. That this is a being that is obviously very sensitive, very big, very powerful, but very sensitive creature. And this we can't, in my mind, in any way justify. There's no way that these animals should be robbed of their family units, of their long, productive life out in the wild, for our frivolous pleasure of maybe maximum, if these whales are ever live their maximum life of captivity, they never live beyond 30. Out in the wild, they would live to be possibly 80 years old. And there's no way just on that fact alone you can justify these animals being here and dying and living a very shortened lifespan. And looking at these conditions today, I've never been here, and I feel so depressed. Just inside right now, I feel so sad. I mean, I haven't learned, I don't feel inspired from being here to go home and save the whales. What would I do? They haven't told me one concrete thing I could do as an individual to help these animals out in their real environment. They haven't told us anything how to protect that real environment out there. We should be working towards saving the oceans if we want to save the whales.
CamNet, the Camcorder Network.
Did you ever feel like you have been under the spell of a magician? Did you ever feel full of light and grace and hope for the whole of the human race? I got the power, yeah, yeah, I got the power, you know. Do you have the answer? Let me know. Because there's too many people suffering, too many children dying. Little baby, stop crying. Sacred is our mother, sacred is our land. A tornado is blowing, only united we will stand. And pine, oak, and maple, the lizard, snake, and stone, they quiver at the omen, the arrows pointing home. Home where the heart is, home in the womb. Is there time for stillness? Is there the time